Welcome to individual challenge number 12. All right, let's take a look at this. What is 17% of 200 books? Okay, we've had problems like this in previous challenge. Let's take your 17%. We're going to do Dr. Pepper, but we're going from percent to decimal. So we have to move the decimal place 2 places to the left. So now it's 17 or 0.17 of means to multiply, and we have 200 books. Okay, I'll let you finish that out on your own. Number 2. Using the table below shows the fees David charges for yard work. How much money does David charge for yard work that takes 4 hours? Okay, well, we know that 1 hour will get us to 35. We know that 2 hours will get us to 70. We know that 5 hours will get us to 175. So our hours times what will give us our dollar amount? Well, in this case, it's quite easy, actually. Let's look at 1 hour. 1 hour will cost $35. So we know that it's going to be $35 per hour. Okay, if it's $30 or $35 per hour, how much does David charge for yard work that will take 4 hours? So you're going to have to take your $35 per hour, multiply it by 4. Number 3. What is the solution to the following equation? Y minus 7 equals 12. You need to do the opposite operation. Okay, so you need to look at this. What is the opposite of subtracting? You have to add to both sides. Plus 7 plus 7. This cancels out. So what does y equal now? Okay. Which of the following expression is equivalent to the expression below? Oh, looking at this, we have distributive property. Okay, with distributive property, you want to distribute to all. You don't just distribute to one, you distribute to all. It's like going trick-or-treating on Halloween. When you ring the doorbell, the person gives the candy to all the trick-or-treaters, not just to one. So we have to distribute to all. So this 2 needs to be distributed to all. So I'm going to do 2 times 7x. 2 times 7x will give me 14x. Then I drop down my operation. And then I'm going to distribute 2 to 3. So then you're going to do 2 times 3 and write it right here. Okay? And then you're going to drop down your operation, which is the subtraction sign, and then you're going to do 2 times x. And you should be able to give me an equivalent expression. Let's look at 5. It says find the value of the expression x squared plus 5 when x equals 3. Okay, so we have to take x and we have to put 3 in wherever you see x. So x is here and x equals 3. So let's take 3. Let's rewrite this equation. but now with x being 3. So we have 3 squared plus 5. I'm going to let you work this out on your own, but understand this 3 to the second power does not mean 3 times 2. Okay, we're in exponents. It does not mean 3 times 2. So work this out and you should get your answer. Number 6, a parallelogram. By the way, your MathLab code is bonus. MathLab code is bonus. Please write that under your name. Number 6, a parallelogram has a base of 7 meters and a height of 10 meters. What is the area of a parallelogram? All right, I'm just going to give you the formula, and I think you can fill it in. Area for parallelogram equals base times height. So you need to substitute those numbers. What are your base? And what is the height? And then you multiply it out. Okay? Number 7, it says, what is the range for the data in the stem and leaf plot below? Let me just give you the definition of range. Range. All you need to do is greatest minus least. And that will give you your range. Okay? It says, to which set or set does the numbers 18, negative 17, 0.15, 7.5 belongs to? Okay? So I would write these numbers onto the side and put the initials R, I, and W for which ones they belong to. So I'm going to put 18 here, negative 17, 0.15, and then 7.5. Okay? To help you out, I'll give you the definitions of each. So a whole number is zero and counting numbers. Your integers are your counting numbers. And their opposite. And then rational numbers. Numbers that can be formed A over B. Okay? So in this case, I'll do 1 for you. I'll do 7.5. 7.5. If I actually go around the world, I would actually get 15 over 2, so that's A over B form. It's not a whole number because it's not 0 or my counting numbers. My counting numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't count 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5. So 7.5 is not a whole number, and it's not an integer because it's not a counting number or its opposite. So in this case, my 7.5 is just a rational number. Okay? That's it. Some of these will contain more letters than just rational numbers. So just beware that you might have all 3 letters or just 2 letters or just 1 letter. Let's look at number 9. Number 9 says describe the information in a credit report and how long it is retained. Okay, these are in your notes. They are in your journal. we had actually broken down a credit report and everything. So I can help you out with giving you an example of a couple. So a credit report will show how well you manage your money, if you pay your bills on time, your bank info, your employment info, and it will stay on your report for 7 years. Go back to your notes and see what else we have on there. It was one of the last things we learned in our financial unit. Let me see if I could pull it out real quick for you. I have how to pay to college. Okay, it's this page right here. It says credit reports, and then it gave us an example of someone's information and how to break down a credit report. So if you want to pause and check that out, go for it. All right, let's move on. Number 10. Solve the following inequality, graph and check the solution. All right, it's kind of just like your equations. The difference is that you do have an inequality sign. You do the opposite operation. Remember earlier, number 3, we did the opposite operation. It was y minus, so we add. In this case, we have x plus 3. So what is the opposite of x plus 3? It's minus 3. Minus 3. So this cancels out, and now I have x is greater than or equal to 1 minus 3. I cannot do 1 minus 3. I have to use my integer rule of subtracting. To subtract integers, you add the opposite. So I'm going to take 1 and add the opposite. The opposite of 3 is negative 3. Now we're in adding different signs in my integer rule. Which one has a greater absolute value? Negative 3 does. And now I find a difference. Okay, so, and I know my outcome is going to be a negative. So x is going to be greater than or equal to, and it's going to be a negative. I have to find a difference between 3 and 1. Okay, and then x is greater than and equal to, so it's going to be a closed circle. And if x is greater, you're going to go to the right. I always say greater because you go to the right. So it will be a closed circle and shaded to the right. All right, guys, have a good night, and we will see you later.